Daphne and Ian's Chateau dream looks magical from the outside. A massive historic estate in France. Grand windows, old stone walls, family memories, beautiful gardens, and the kind of fairy tale setting most people only imagine. But behind the beauty of Castle Impossible, there is a much harder truth. Saving a historic chateau is not just expensive, it is exhausting. It costs time, peace, comfort, privacy, and now, with baby news changing everything, it may cost Daphne and Ian more than fans ever realized. Castle Impossible has always been about more than renovation. This is not a normal HGTV project where a couple buys an old house, updates the kitchen, paints the walls, and sells it for a profit. Daphne inherited a piece of family history. Ian stepped into a life that became bigger than a marriage, bigger than a home, and bigger than a normal business plan. Together, they are trying to save a chateau that has survived for centuries. But surviving history does not mean surviving modern life is easy. The hidden cost starts with the size of the dream itself. A 500-year-old chateau is not one project. It is hundreds of projects hiding inside one property. Every beautiful room comes with problems behind the walls. Every romantic tower comes with structure, leaks, wiring, heating, plumbing, approvals, and unexpected repairs. Every time Daphne and Ian finish one space, another part of the estate seems to call for attention. That is the cruel part of restoring a historic property. The work never truly ends. Season 2 has made that even clearer. Daphne and Ian are no longer renovating only to make the chateau livable. They are renovating to make it financially sustainable. That means the chateau has to become more than a family home. It has to become a destination. It has to host weddings, events, guests, photo shoots, celebrations, and unforgettable experiences. In other words, the chateau has to pay for itself before it drains them completely. And that is where the pressure becomes intense. The wedding and event business may be the key to saving the estate, but it also creates a new kind of cost. Guests expect beauty. Brides expect perfection. Families expect magic. People who come to a French chateau do not want to see stress, scaffolding, or unfinished corners. They want romance. They want history with comfort. They want old-world charm without old-world inconvenience. That is a difficult balance for Daphne and Ian. They have to preserve the soul of the chateau while making it work for modern guests. That means electricity must go where history never planned for it. Plumbing must be added into spaces that were never designed for bathrooms. Ancient rooms have to feel authentic, but they also have to be safe, comfortable, and useful. Even a small powder room can become a major design decision because guests notice every detail. This is the hidden cost viewers may not see right away. Historic preservation is not just about making something pretty. It is about constant compromise. If they modernize too much, they risk losing the character that makes the chateau special. If they preserve too much, the space may not work for real life. Daphne and Ian are always walking that line. Every choice has emotional weight because this is not just a building. It is Daphne's family legacy. The Dove Tower is a perfect example. On paper, turning a historic tower into a honeymoon suite sounds like a dream. It sounds romantic, marketable, and perfect for the wedding business. But in reality, a tower is not an easy place to renovate. It is unusual, old, and full of limitations. To make it habitable, they have to think about comfort, water, electricity, safety, and design. That one magical room could help attract guests, but it also demands serious work before anyone can enjoy it. The Dungeon Tavern is another example. A medieval-style tavern sounds like the kind of thing that could make Castle Impossible stand out from every other HGTV show. It gives the property mystery, personality, and drama. But again, charm has a price. A dungeon is not a simple basement. It comes with moisture, atmosphere, safety issues, old stone, and the challenge of creating a space that feels historic without feeling uncomfortable. Daphne and Ian are not just decorating. They are translating the past into something modern people can actually use. Then there is the gatehouse for Daphne's grandmother. This may be one of the most emotional projects because it is not only about business. It is about family. Granny's connection to the chateau gives the show its heart. But family projects can be the hardest because they carry pressure that money cannot measure. When you are renovating for guests, you want approval. When you are renovating for family, you want love, safety, and pride. That makes every delay feel heavier. And now, the biggest new cost has arrived: Parenthood. Daphne and Ian's baby news is beautiful, but it also changes the entire meaning of the renovation. Before, the chateau was a dream they were fighting to save. Now, it is also becoming the place where their child may grow up. That changes every exposed wire, every unfinished room, every old staircase, every leak, every dusty corner, and every construction zone. The chateau is no longer just a project. It is about to become a baby's home. That is a huge emotional shift. Most new parents worry about nursery colors, baby clothes, and sleep schedules. Daphne and Ian have to think about all of that while also managing a massive historic estate. They have to think about baby-proofing a property that was never built for modern safety. They have to think about where the baby will sleep, where the safe family spaces are, and how to keep normal life calm while construction continues around them. This is where the hidden cost becomes personal. Saving the chateau means giving up the simple version of life. It means there may always be another urgent repair, another budget issue, another deadline, another room that needs work, another guest expectation, another family need. Daphne and Ian may love the chateau deeply, but love does not make the repairs cheaper. Love does not stop leaks. Love does not fix mold, fungus, old infrastructure, or tight budgets overnight. And fans can feel that tension. That is why Castle Impossible connects with people. It has the beauty of a fairy tale, but the stress of reality. The chateau is stunning, but it is also demanding. It gives Daphne and Ian a purpose, but it also takes from them. It gives them a future, but it keeps testing whether they can afford that future emotionally and financially. The question now is not simply whether Daphne and Ian can finish more rooms. The real question is whether the chateau can become sustainable before the pressure becomes too much. Can the wedding and event business bring in enough money to keep the restoration moving? Can the guest spaces become beautiful enough to support the dream? Can the family areas become safe enough for a baby? Can they protect the history without losing themselves in the process? That is the hidden cost of saving a historic chateau. It is not one dramatic bill. It is the daily weight of choosing the chateau again and again, even when the work is overwhelming. It is waking up inside a dream that also behaves like a burden. It is turning family legacy into a business, a home, a construction site, and now a nursery. Daphne and Ian's story is inspiring because they have not walked away. They keep showing up. They keep finding solutions. They keep trying to make the impossible work. But Castle Impossible also reminds viewers that saving something old and beautiful can take almost everything you have. So as Season 2 continues, the fairy tale is still alive. The chateau still has magic. Daphne and Ian still have hope. But the hidden cost is becoming harder to ignore. This dream is expensive in ways money cannot fully explain. And now, with a baby on the way, the stakes are no longer just about preserving the past. They are about building a safe future inside it.